By the time you are through the term, they may not know the difference. Because you can go there, you want to check corruption, and you cannot. When you cannot, many people will collapse, even those who are on the side of opposition. They'll become part of the corruption. Let me tell you, in that kind of situation, muntu, as an individual, I wouldn't be in that formation. But I would remain in the institution that is there. I fight a long time. I believe in marathons, not in sprints. How long will it take Uganda to believe the path of building organizational infrastructure, branding yourself as a party, become more and more attractive, attract resources in terms of human resources, in terms of financial resources? How long will it take for Uganda to believe in that? And civility in politics. We bump into many people, good people, people of integrity, honest people. There are more honest people in this country than the dishonest. But the majority of them say, we cannot go into politics because it is dirty. And I keep asking them, so how will it be clean? We'll clean it up. So we will walk the wrong road, but we'll offer an opportunity for people who believe in what we believe in. And if we are many, we will influence the culture of this country. But we are not going to take shortcuts just to get into power. In terms of, say, let's do anything to get there. And then we abandon the values we believe in, the principles we believe in. Two things are going to happen. As we struggle to get into power, we will go into power with our belief systems, not minus them. Power is not an end in itself. Power is a means to do something else. That's why in this formation, we have chosen the path that we have chosen. Because we want to market ourselves to the country for what we stand for, not what we stand against. So there's a difference. I keep been asking colleagues in FDC for quite a while to say, guys, let's brand ourselves around what we believe in, so that the country understands us on our policy positions in education, on health, on agriculture, on youth, on women, on employment, on fighting against corruption and good governance principles. But the people who relate with us because of what we stand for. And that's what we wanted to do when we launched the policy agenda in 2014. Unfortunately, we were never able to do that rebranding. But the perceptions in the public, at least around us as FDC, was that this is the opposition party that can remove Museveni. We want to build a formation that is going to be identified with the values and belief systems that we stand for and the policy positions that we present, not to be seen as the party which can remove Museveni. The two are not in conflict. Because when you build capabilities around what you believe in, that same capability, you can use it to remove the obstacle. In this case, the dictatorship. But if you build yourselves around an individual, like in this around General Museveni, to be seen as the force which can remove Museveni, I keep asking colleagues, so if General Museveni ceases to be a factor, what happens? What happens? They have experiences. Zimbabwe, a few months back, Mugabe was a dictator in Zimbabwe. Overnight, he ceased to be a factor in the Zimbabwe politics. So if we are identified against an individual who is human, This is a political situation. And at times it's fluid. If you are built around, you build an identity around what you are against, and suddenly it ceases to be a factor, you will face an identity crisis as an organization. We don't want to fall into that. Whether Museveni is in power or not in power, we want people to know us for what we stand for as we struggle against him. I hope people will understand really what we are about. You can wake up one day and find Museveni ceases to be a factor in the politics of the country. So if people have identified with you because of the removal of General Museveni, now it's not a factor. So why should they identify themselves with you anymore? And that was the last question.
Okay.
I think this was the last question from...
Okay.
I would like to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues. We've taken quite a while in the press conference. I would like to thank you for your presence here.
Yali omuduumizi w'eggwanga era yaliko ssenkulu w'ekibiina kya Forum for Democratic Change FDC ng'atongoza oba ng'alangirira ekibiina kye kyatuumye New Formation. Olukungaana oluli ku Hotel Africana gyatusisinkanidde bannamawulire okubategeeza ku nteekateeka ze, kitegeeza nti ebadde biyitingana nti agenda kwegattako ekisinde ekya People Power ky'omubaka Kyagulanyi Ssentamu awo kizizeemu amatanka ne tujja kwongera okubikutuusaako. Ezimu ku nsonga zannyonnyodde okukutapulitira